to the madhouse, Batman!
Batman is such a cool and popular superhero that he has become a household name. He can even be considered the most popular superhero. If it wasn't for that spider swinging guy, I don't know his name. But way back in 2009, Rocksteady Studios set out to make a Batman game. But not just any Batman game. A game that will stand out from the rest and start its own series. That game was Batman Arkham Asylum, an action-adventure game that made you feel like Batman. The biggest thing you're going to do in this game is walking, and it feels good to walk around. But what you're actually going to be doing a lot is fighting. Fighting is pretty basic. You have a punch, a dodge, and a counter button. You can't block attacks at all. You do learn how to throw and execute later in the game, but for how simple it is, it's actually a lot of fun. You would think that fights would not be challenging, until they throw 10 goons at you as you try to counter every hit and try to knock each one out. So why not just keep countering until they're all defeated? Well, then you don't get a cool combo going. Come on, you need to get those numbers up. You also have different enemies. Normal enemies, you can punch them around with no issue, but if they have a knife or a shock baton, then you need to get behind them or stun them before you can attack. Then there are freaks of nature introduced later that you need to hit them with a batarang as they charge you, so they run into a wall, and then you can hit them. On their own, these enemies are easy to deal with. It becomes difficult when they mix the different types of enemies together. It is a basic fighting mechanic, but because it's so basic and simple, it's easy to perform combos and have fun while fighting. Who ordered the knuckle sandwich combo? Ow. Why would you do that? That hurt a lot. Then there's stealth. You'll be in a room full of goons with guns, and if they catch you, you die. So you need to sneak around and take them out one by one. Swing from gargoyles, use vents, walk behind them, and take them all out. These two are the main aspects of the game. Otherwise, you're just walking around. Sadly, when you look back at the game, it's played like walking, 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 fight section, walking, 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 stealth section. And you would think that
Hey! Ooh!
And you would think that I would notice this in the game, but I never did. It was always just entering a room and saying, oh boy, stealth or fight time. The game never felt like it was doing the same thing over and over again, even though it was. Probably why I wasn't bored walking around was because of the Riddler's challenges. The Riddler will give you a riddle, and you need to take a picture of the answer in order to solve it. He will also have hidden Riddler trophies and hidden question marks for you to find. It's a simple collectathon type deal. But man, did it make the in-between sections a lot of fun. There is a skill tree to make you better at fighting, more health, or upgrade your equipment. There's also climbing. Naturally, your grappling hook will take you where you need to go, and you will be using it a lot. But then there's sections where you can't use the grappling hook, so you need to find your own way up. The story on a rainy night in Gotham. Because it's always raining in Gotham, Batman captures the Joker and brings him to Arkham Asylum. But it was a trap as Harley helps Joker take control of the entire asylum, and so the game begins. Joker reveals that he's been working on some kind of chemical that causes a mutation, making the user ugly. However, it has not been perfected yet, so he kidnaps Commissioner Gordon. So I entered detective mode to find any clues to lead me to him, and I found out that his kidnapper was a heavy drinker.
Just like my dad. It's not funny, Shiro.
No. You're right. It's just... But the trail led to a dead end, and the Riddler hacked into my communications, so now throughout the entire game, I need to solve the Riddler challenges that I was talking about. This is optional, of course, but it's something fun to do. I get explosive gel that can destroy
all new residents of Joker Asylum that they are expected to follow one simple rule.
Oh, it's a little bat symbol. Do you get it? Do you get it? Because...
Shiro, no, don't do it!
I'm Batman. I track Harley and Commissioner Gordon to the medical building and save a bunch of doctors when I'm introduced to Dr. Young. She'll be important later on in the story. She is stressing out that she needs to get her research papers before Joker does, when Scarecrow appears. His sections play differently as I see things that are not there and I need to parkour to the Batman symbol while staying out of his sight. It is a really fun and different section. I rescue Commissioner Gordon when Bane shows up, so I run him over with the Batmobile. Ha! Take that, Bane! He is not coming up from the water. I need to figure out what the Joker is actually using, so I go to the Batcave and almost fall to my death. Whoa, this is so cool. Ah! I learned that Dr. Young was being paid by Joker to create a Titan formula that can make anyone as strong as Bane without the need of the storage tanks that he has. Well, that he had because he still has not come up from the water. He might be dead. However, she had a change of heart and stopped helping the Joker. But he kidnaps her, gets the formula, and kills her. Now armed with the formula, Harley frees Poison Ivy, so I stop Harley before she can mess anything else up.
Die, you big ugly bat!
Ohio Energy. Joker has perfected his formula and... Oh, ew, that's gross. And he's been using plants to make the Titan formula, so I talk to Poison Ivy, who tells me of a plant in Killer Croc's lair that can be an antidote. On my way to Croc's lair... I get caught by Scarecrow, and this section of his is the best in the game. The computer crashing genuinely scared me, and they completely recreated the beginning scenes but with the roles switched. They even have a fake death screen with a fake hint.
Shake the middle stick. That's so funny.
I don't get the joke. I'm shaking the middle stick as hard as I can and I'm still dying.
Shiro, how did you get that controller?
Huh? No, I had it custom made. Isn't modern technology amazing?
No!
This section alone is a big highlight for the game. I finally corner Scarecrow when... What? Oracle. Scarecrow has been taken care of. But now, I need to face Killer Croc. I go through this maze all while Killer Croc will jump out of nowhere to attack me. But he can be easily taken out with a batarang. So what turned into an actual jump scare just kind of became more of an annoyance. I gather all the samples for the antidote and trap Killer Croc in a hole. Ivy has decided to take over the island, so I went to talk to her. And by talk to her, I mean do some gardening, I guess. This plant could use a trim. It's finally time to face Joker, and he is very inviting, even making me the guest of honor.
Love this guy. Oh, he's so cool. Love this guy.
I defeat Joker's goons, and in a last-ditch effort, he turns himself into a monster. The fight though is not that interesting. You just dodge his attacks, fight his goons, and then trap him so that you can punch him. What sucks the most is that it was such an intense build-up to this fight for an anticlimactic final boss. But overall, Batman Arkham Asylum is one of the best games I've ever played. It was a good game, like to a T. The music, the combat, the acting, they did an incredible job with the music. Every song I heard stood out and was stunning. The Killer Croc song especially gave me chills. Love the design of every character. They are a lot darker and more serious in this game while still being true to their characters. Scarecrow looks scary, Harley looks hot, and Killer Croc looks like a killer. And I mean he killed Scarecrow. Oh, so people can resurface. It's not that hard, Bane. The combat was satisfying. Again, it's simplistic, but you can get overwhelmed by multiple enemies. They also introduced the stronger enemies, not just the freaks of nature. You get enemies with electric batons and enemies with knives. So now you need to prioritize enemies when fighting all of these different types. You might want to take out the knife enemy first, but then all of a sudden the freak of nature is charging at you. No matter what, Batman can handle any enemy thrown at him.
I'm gonna beat you up.
I am not going to sugarcoat it. The Riddler trophies were fun, and thank goodness they give you a map to actually make your life easier. I hated finding Riddler trophies and not being able to access them because I didn't have the right equipment yet. But going on a whole chase at the very end to find every Riddler trophy was still fun. I did have to remain in detective mode to find all the riddles, and I feel like I spent most of the game in detective mode. And I didn't see a reason to get out of it. You can just see everything better in that mode. And it's funny, once you complete 100% of the Riddler's challenges, you just dox the guy.
You did it? You must have cheated. There is no way you could have beaten me. Well, you asked for it, Batman. My final challenge for the whole...
The graphics were still great, but you can tell they focus on making sure the characters had better textures than most of the environments. The trash can looks like something I could make. The only bad thing about the game was the animations. All of the characters would just not move, except for their head. What's worse is that you have professional voice actors who give an incredible performance, but their body language doesn't match with their voice's emotions. It is as if they did motion capture without consulting the voice actors at all.
Shiro, I have some bad news.
What is it, Grizzly?
I ate the rest of the Hot Pockets.
No! No, please don't say that! There is a challenge mode, but I couldn't care for it. It's just fighting and stealth segments, but you need to perform at your A game. I would 100% recommend this game. It is so polished to make sure you have the best gaming experience you can. Even the death scenes are so well made. You feel like the villain has truly won. It's better than most quadruple A games made today, but it is so short. The map is small, the game is short, but I enjoyed every moment. Batman Arkham Asylum is a great game even without the nostalgia, and it's through the team putting in the time and the effort to make a well-polished game. And it's time that I put in the effort. I'm Batman. Hup. I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it! I can't believe I'm doing it!